I had my first doctor's visit in almost 3 years. Um, I was taking a shower Sunday when I went out with my roommate. Before I went out with my roommate on Sunday, because originally my birthday is next Monday, not this Monday, but next Monday is my birthday, the 23rd, and he couldn't take me up for my birthday on the 23rd, so we decided, okay, we're just gonna get it over and done with on the 7th or something like that, and we went there. So we went out, saw the sights in Chicago, but before we did that, I took a shower, and I felt the lump underneath my arm, so I was thinking, okay, it's going to be one of three things when you have a lump under your arm. It could be the indication of cancer, an infection, or whatever. Um, Obviously, it's not that bad as I thought it was. It's not. It wasn't cancer, but it was a ball of pus. Basically, it had to be drained, um, and that was the first time I ever had that happen. I've never had something like that before. Um, but the doctor gave me some info here as to how to treat the this is what I have. I had never heard of this thing before, but obviously, this is something that I never dealt with before. This place right here is where I went to go get treated. Um, this is in LaGrange, Illinois, and that's where I went. My copay from UPS is only $5 for every doctor visit that I go to, which isn't bad because that's really good. Then I don't have to pocket out a whole bunch of money. Now I cannot tell you about the meds. I mean, not the meds and everything, but about anything else like the medication, the surgeries, anything like that. I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure particularly like how that's gonna go. But the next thing on my list is to go see a heart doctor and to get some dental insurance and a couple other things depending on what I can get. Um, but also when I saw the sites on but obviously when I saw the sites on in Chicago, me and my roommate also went to go see the new ballerina movie that was the spin-off to John Wick. So I ended up seeing that. That was not too bad at all. That was a really good movie, and really well planned for that. Um, Also, there's a couple new movies coming out too that I plan on seeing down the line. Mel Brooks, at the age of 99, has confirmed that he will reprise his role as the character Yogurt in the Spaceballs 2 movie. They're making a Spaceballs 2, and Mel Brooks has confirmed he will reprise his role as the character Yogurt from the original. Um, Also, we had Sly from the Sly and the Family Stone band die. Sly was in his 80s from the Sly and the Family Stone. Also, there's a new Stephen King movie out that I want to see called The Long Walk. Um, Now, when Stephen King wrote that book in '79, it was written under the name Richard Bachman. But Stephen King was the one that wrote it. Because sometimes authors have pen names, and so to get further in, so on Chicago, so we met when me and my roommate went to Chicago on Sunday. I was having trouble getting into the Venture app, and the Venture app is what Illinois uses for you to take the bus and trains. Um, it's $2 for the bus and $5 for a train ticket. Um, I was not able to get in on my app because it kept telling me my password was wrong, which I knew it was right. And so I couldn't get on the train with Michael, who was my roommate. And I'm like, well, I can't get in. So I had to waste money on an Uber ride to get me to Union Station, which is where we went to. And it's been so long since I've been to a train station that I forgot that there was restaurants even in them. So we ended up stopping at Sabaro's restaurant at the train station to get some food. And then we saw the sights. Like we went to Lake Michigan, walked around there, went to Navy Pier, walked around there. We went to Millennium Park, walked around it. Then we stopped at a comic book store, and then we also went to Grant Park. Like we saw Grant Park a little bit, but we weren't able to get over there. They had some art. They had some art festival going on. We couldn't get to Millennium Park because it was closed for a concert that you had to pay for to get in. Um, I'm still waiting on a package too. I got two packages coming in, one for my class and one for and something else I ordered that's electronic. I'm just hoping that comes in. Then, from the band Beach Boys, Brian Wilson died, even though to me the Beach Boys music sucks ass. But Brian Wilson died anyway. Um, we also had a couple actors die too, like Charles Robinson, I think was the guy's name, and there was somebody else. Let's go see here. And this is already June. I said I can't believe my birthday's in next week. Let's see, where are we at? You also had Charlie Gaddy die, American Anchorman. Um, yeah, I'm trying to see all this stuff here. Um, okay, where are we at? Paul Thomas died. He was a porn star, American pornographic actor. And then you had Harris Yulin die. Harris Yulin was best known for his role in Scarface, and he was the cop that was corrupt, and he was the one that was going after Al Pacino's character in the movie. Um, yeah, Charles Robinson was the other actor that died. He was 86. He was best known for his role on General Hospital on The Bold and the Beautiful, which are two shows I've never seen and don't care to see. Um, yeah, then you had Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone. He was 82. Um, yeah. Then you had basketball player David Greenwood die. I wasn't familiar with him, but I looked him up, and he did play for the Bulls and San Antonio Spurs and Detroit Pistons. But I've never heard of him until he died. So it's like that's a lot of things that go on. Um, yeah, they let me leave early on Wednesday when I was actually working because I was in so much pain. Now and yes, and Thursday was my first call off um, since working at UPS, and I've been there for 9 months. So this Thursday was my first call off that I had since being there, and I hardly ever call off. But because I was in so much pain, I didn't go in. So I had to so I went to the doctor Thursday. I showed them what was going on. The lump was underneath my arm. The doctor said that's a ball of pus, and they had to drain it out. They had to stick a needle in and just drain all that shit out, and that was painful enough. I don't even really like needles at all. Um, and I took a shower earlier today, but I do got to get a haircut eventually when I make the plan for that. And then I had to upgrade some of my payments because with me having a new card from my bank, I had to update a lot of my payments to like Peacock and whatever else I have so that I can keep my bill going. And Peacock, they're okay once in a while, but they occasionally, like once in a while, they'll throw like a sporting event on. But a lot of times I can never get the sporting events for like baseball and basketball. But once in a while, they'll throw like a game on. I don't think there's anything today that I know of for sporting events. See, that's freaking golfing. I don't really care for golf. Let's see if there's any baseball games like MLB on. No MLB. Doesn't look like there's any games on. It's just showing you little sports clips. There's a movie on here called Chasing 3000, but I don't think I know that one. Now this seems pretty interesting. This is actually on Peacock, called The Long Time Coming. That sounds pretty interesting. Now the kid on this movie, Chasing 3000, looks pretty similar. That kid looks a couple of those kids look pretty familiar. Why does one of the kids look looks like Trevor Morgan? But I don't know. I can't really tell from looking back this far. Well, let me go check this out for a minute. Okay, it is. Okay. Okay, it stars the late Ray Liotta. Okay, so it was Trevor Morgan and Rory Culkin. That's who it was. I guess I'll watch that later. But the movie centered on Roberto Clemente, who died in a plane crash in 1972, shortly after getting his 3,000th career hit. And speaking of the baseball, Andrew McCutchen just passed Roberto Clemente on the home run list in a Pirates uniform. Andrew McCutchen is in his second stint with the Pirates. He had played with them before. Then he left to go play for Philadelphia. Then he played for Milwaukee, the Giants, and now he's back with Pittsburgh. And then he also played for the Yankees for a short stint too. Now, if you're a fan of the John Wick film series, check out Ballerina because that is and that's pretty good too. I actually saw that movie with my roommate on Sunday. It was great, and I would buy it once it comes out on DVD. Um, Yep. Then I placed my order for my food to come in from when I ordered groceries. God, my grocery bill's fucking killing me. I only got 15 things yesterday and spent over $100. I'm like, it's fucking ridiculous. Now gas in my area is even worse, $3.79 for gas.
Sit on the toilet behind you. Yes, it's a little high up. Sorry.
And I still do my daily walk through the woods. I did that. I didn't really do it yesterday. I did kind of walk to the little awning that they have where the picnic area is, sat down, then got back up and walked again. That parking lot was pretty huge and it goes way far back for the where the woods is. So just getting that daily exercise is actually not bad at all. And then I started using an app called Flip, which is similar to YouTube, but except the difference between Flip and YouTube is that Flip you don't have to monetize your videos to post. You can make money right away just by posting videos, and that's what I've been doing. So it's helping me out a little bit. And I think I've gotten like 2,000 views already on something like that on Flip, and I've only been posting for like a month. Not even that. Let's see. Also with Flip, let me see if I can look this up on my computer. You can buy stuff through them, order stuff through them. Now it looks like this. This is what the app looks like. You see a green thing here at the top where it says watch, create, and shop online. So you can do it through that. I haven't really ordered anything through them yet because I don't have, like that kind of money. But some stuff you can get for free depending on what you want. For me, I'm more of an electronics guy. I like my electronics. So up here, you will see that it's hit and miss on this. This on my computer it says $8, but I got more than that. Hold on a second here. Let me close this up for a second, and I'll be back in a minute. So on my computer it says $8, but on my computer it says $8, but here, if you look closely, I just screenshot this from the actual app in itself. It shows that I got $29.32 off my videos that I did on Flip. That's combining all the videos, not just one. So $29.32 isn't bad. It depends on if you take the world by storm on Flip. Since I'm fairly newer, I haven't really tested it to see like how good I'm gonna be, or if I'm gonna be good at all. But $29.32 is a start. They update it like every few days, of what is in there. And yes, they will take up for taxes. You will have to file a tax form, shit like that. and that's just how it usually is. Um, and it's a little bit better than YouTube in itself because I like the idea of not being able to monetize my videos and still get paid. And when I went on Sunday to Navy Pier, it was the first time I've ever been to Navy Pier because even though I've heard of the name, but never been, and I got to see that for the first time. And yes, they still had their Ferris wheel. Somebody asked me about that one time before, if Navy Pier still had the Ferris wheel that was on the property, and yes, they do. And then I went to a barbecue restaurant in Lagrange on Sunday, and we also ate there too. Had some barbecue called Q Barbecue, I think was the name of the place. And then when I left work early on Wednesday, all of a sudden the job was panicking because they thought I was going to file an injury report through them, and I told them it wasn't a work injury. Um, so they so they were kind of relieved after I said that, but I told them it wasn't a work injury. I just told them it was something to do with my arm, but it wasn't work related. Um, I know a lot of times when you get injured, when you have some injury, whether it be at the job or not, they always try to make it look like it's your fault and try to blame you, even if it's not. That's what I hate sometimes about the jobs. I have to look and see, but see, I already have this. This middle thing right here is a change jar, and this one actually counts. As long as you got working batteries, this one will actually tell you what's in there. But now I got this one. Hold on here. This big one right here. This is a big change jar, and this actually is a change jar because you got the little clip here, like the little thing here where you can throw your change in. And this will take a while to fill because of how big that is. I got that from Walmart when I went shopping on on Thursday, and I needed something bigger than that. So that will hold a lot of change and stuff like that in there. Um, so this coin counter right here, that's $27 for the thing. It was originally $40, but because you can get them on sale on Flip, this one is going for $27 if you want a coin counter that counts out your change when you put it in. I already have that one sit on the behind my TV. Um, you also got a safe here to put stuff in. Um, like I said, Flip also has their own little thing. Um, supposedly, the view counts supposedly mine are not high because I don't buy products and I don't reveal them, and that's probably one of the reasons why I don't have a whole lot of views on any of the videos I've been posting. So I guess I'll have to buy something and do a review and see if my videos take off that way. Um, but like I said, they got their own little store on Flip where you can buy stuff. Some stuff is free, depending. You just gotta look and see. Um, then you got some recently added stuff on here, like belts, essential oil, which I've never really looked on here to see what all they had. You got a car jumper, so if you have a car that doesn't want to start, you got the car jumper. You got a table lamp that looks like a cube. Um, you got your three-piece setting for your bed. Curtains. Yeah, most of the stuff I would buy, and they do have tripods on here. Of course, I would like to get a tripod for my videos, but we'll work on that. You could get tablets on here, computers, anything electronic related. I've got enough speakers as it is. I don't think I need another one. You can get a lot of cleaning products on here for any if you want to clean stuff. But I'm cleared to go back to work possibly by Monday, but I got to do a follow-up and take antibiotics for this infection that I got. Even the doctor gave me some paperwork to look at. This is all pertaining to the infection I had, and this tells you how to treat it and what not to do when you have it. Basically, don't go popping it because popping will make the infection worse. Also, she said warm compress it, meaning take a cloth, damp it in water, not scalding hot water, but warm, and then put it in the microwave, heat it up for like a minute, and then put the cloth underneath your arm, and try to make sure that pus doesn't build back up. Supposedly that's supposed to work too. Yeah, but the warm compressing is a pain in the ass. But okay, so since my birthday is next week, I will not have a video up on the 23rd. So that will not be there. So I will not have a video up on that. Because I'm going to be hanging out with a friend of mine. She's basically my friend's promised to take me out for dinner and possibly to some party. We're just trying to get a few friends to go along. I don't know how many there will be. Yeah, you could even get cameras on this thing. I might want to get a camera. I don't think I ever brought my camera with me when I moved. Let me see if I have it. I know I have it somewhere. I just don't remember what I did with it. Because actually, when I was living in Indiana, I had gotten a camera from one of the ladies, and I'm trying to remember what I did with it, if at all. But I still have it somewhere. Over here. Yeah, I don't think it's. Oh yeah, I can't do the flashlight on the phone if I'm recording. Okay. And I know I have it somewhere. It's a pain in the ass trying to look for this shit. Okay, it's not in here. And I know I have it. Ah, damn. I guess I have to look for it later. I'm like, I don't really feel like looking for it all right now. But I know I have a camera that some lady gave me. No. Now this is actually all my CDs in the box. Which I really don't have a... the only thing I have to play them on is my Blu-ray player. But I see... this is like 6 or 7 cases in here of CDs that I got. have sworn I brought that camera with me, but obviously I do not remember. Maybe I put it somewhere in storage. I do not remember. Yeah, here's the other thing. That's the coin counter I was just showing you guys online. It does have some money in there, just not a lot. So it's just gonna sit there until it builds up. Just like I was saying, I already have a speaker over here. This has got some pretty good sound on it. I just never really use it if I don't, unless I really have to play my music. So now I just gotta ride out UPS for another 3 months, or almost 2, and then I'll have my raise. With UPS, you get a raise once a year. Usually it's on the date of your hiring date. So my hiring date was September of 2024. So this September I should have my first raise, and then from there on it would be like every September for me, or every August eventually too. Um, get this out of here. A debate here would be what do you think is better. Obviously, this is my bathroom. You got your tub and shower here, or you got the master bedroom with the hot tub. I might have to do a flip video on this to see what the debate will be. And then you got your little hot tub right here, also with your little standalone shower in here. And this isn't bad, at all. You got your own little recliner seat over here. And this is supposed to be the Magnificent Mile, like where you got your Sears Tower, John Hancock Building, and whatever around Chicago, and the downtown portion. That's like right off the Loop area. We still haven't gotten our pool fixed up yet because, with it being as nasty and dirty as it is, nobody's going to want to swim in that. That's our pool in the backyard, but we haven't cleaned it out yet. Costs money to do so. Everybody that lives here has to pitch in and try to get it together. There was some movie called Nobody in the previews too when I went to see Ballerina, and I don't think I've seen the first one, but this is supposed to be a part 2 that's coming out, and I haven't really seen the first one. I'm the type of person that won't see a movie unless I see it from the beginning and follow it through that way. And that's how I am. Like, I don't like skipping over movies and not knowing how they came to be where they're at from one movie to the other without really knowing. Yeah, I might cut this video short today. I wasn't really planning on making it too long. even though we are at 35 minutes. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on my doctor visit and what I have to do next. Follow up is on Monday. Then I got to take antibiotics, and then we'll go from there. And then I got to find a dentist and a heart doctor, and then go from that thing. And hopefully everything works itself out. But my copay for UPS is only $5. So when I go to see a doctor, I only got to spend $5 just to be able to see the doctor, and that's not bad. That actually is pretty good. Supposedly, from what I've been hearing, UPS has good insurance, so it's great to stay there for as long as you can, just so that you can get the insurance that you have, and that it makes it better. But I'll see you guys next week. Make sure if you want more videos like this about more live streams, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel RBW King. You can also check me out on my other YouTube channel, Rusty the King, and also check me out on Blip if you can find me on there. And make sure to smash and like those videos. And I'll see you soon.